We do have a bunch of stories specifically addressing that in schools, but I do want to focus on this real quick while we're talking about like media manipulation and lies. We have this from the New York Post. New CNN boss Chris Licht to focus on truth after slew of scandals. Chris, it is honorable that you would try to purge CNN of its trash, but you will never save that brand. I'm sorry. CNN's new boss kicked off his first day on the job by telling employees he wants to focus the network's reporting on news and truth amid criticism over the scandal-scarred network's heavy emphasis on opinion-based shows. Chris Licht, to officially replace CNN's disgraced boss Zucker on Monday, following stints as executive producer at The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and CBS This Morning, circulated a memo to his employees saying, "Too many people have lost trust in the news media. I think we can be a beacon in regaining that trust by being an organization that exemplifies the best characteristics of journalism. Fearlessly speaking truth to power, challenging the status quo, questioning groupthink, and educating viewers and readers with straightforward facts and insightful commentary, while always being respectful of differing viewpoints. First and foremost, we should and we will be advocates for the truth." You know why he's saying that? Because the dude who now owns the majority shareholder in Warner Discovery said he wanted to, or something happened where it came out, it was reported, he wanted to purge all of the opinion lefty garbage from CNN. So this guy's like, I don't want to lose my job. I believe in truth. Yeah. As if I'm ever going to go to CNN for truth.
This is why I can't stand the subjectivity of truth. Truth is not an objective state. People perceive reality as objective, but the way you perceive it is your truth. So people are going to see reality in different ways. For one person to attempt to arbitrate that is insanity.
Here come the ones.
Yeah. Give me the ones. Give me all the ones. Give me 20 of them.
Also, what would CNN be? Like, what does he envision CNN to be? With, it's like it's going to be this truth, and you're going to purge all the, like, in this scenario where it's all purging all these, like, the far, like, what is it going to become? Just
it's like Late Night with Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, I don't know.
Part 2,
right.
apparently.
Exactly. How could this guy have worked on Colbert think everyone's gonna trust him?
He probably did the vaccine dance.
Yeah, I know. I think he did. That was probably him.
Oh my goodness.
Who was it who did the Fauci thing where they were dancing and then they had the thing that they spread it open and they were spinning with it and it was like a big picture of Fauci's
James Corden.
Was that who it was?
Dr. Fauci. Wow, that song we should.
It's just like,
even Seamus was yawning after that one.
I know. I was like, I can't.
It's the Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
It's like these shows like Colbert, they exemplify that joke Jeremy Boring made about Bezos. They're wealthy and powerful, but just so not cool. Mm-hmm. And it's just absolute cringe. Seriously, when Colbert, for those who didn't see it, he did this thing where he had like, what was it, like women and men dressed up like syringes dancing.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, and it was like
wow, he's so zany. I can't believe he went there.
Who are they?
That really what
so
they did?
I have a couple questions though. Did they do any market research? And if they did, who are they targeting? Are there like, there's no one my age. I can't imagine anybody in the key demo is watching that going like, I enjoy this.
Colbert.
Whoever watches it, like the people who like Colbert probably were like, this is great.
I've always thought he was trash. Like on the Daily Show when he got his start as a correspondent, he was just a liar and a fake. He was doing comedy, but he was a liar and a fake.
He was doing a character.
Yeah.
At least.
Then he got his new show where he's playing the Republican fake guy, and he tells people he was like satire show, but he would say things that he didn't believe as they were real, and like just screw up people's minds. Crap artist. And then he's on this show like we're supposed to all of a sudden believe anything out of this guy. He's a trash liar for a job. I mean, maybe he's a nice, funny guy, but I've never seen him like dig under the surface.
He was great on Strangers with Candy. If you ever saw that show.
Oh gosh,
I couldn't bring myself to watch. Actually, it did look like he was pretty good in that movie. Like as an actor,
it was a show, but yeah, they had
he's a talented actor.
Yeah,
as you can see, he's playing a role.
No, his new show it's as bad as it gets.
I've never trusted him. I made a video in 2006 about Colbert's artistry, his crap artistry. I've never liked that guy. And when Jack Posobiec came on here and said that Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert were the spearheads of the politicization of comedy, and basically, I think that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, I didn't mean to. No, you go.
I was just going to fill space.
Okay, well, I was just going to say that I remember that
cause...
years ago. We talked about this on the show a little while ago, actually, on this episode about the whole clown nose on, clown nose off thing that a lot of these late night hosts, and particularly Jon Stewart, would do. I remember he got into a debate with Tucker Carlson, and he was grilling Tucker, and Tucker starts pointing out factual inaccuracies with Jon Stewart's show and his reporting, and he goes, because it's a comedy show. It's like, oh, was that the bit? Was that the bit that you were getting facts wrong on purpose? No, you wanted your audience to think that that was true. The jokes were in other parts of the program.
That's
like that's
exactly
so
what I'm talking
obnoxious.
about.
Yeah.
Stewart is one of those guys that he'll say something, and then if you dig into him, he's like, "Hey, I'm a comedian. Lay off, idiot." But then if you say it, he's like, "No," he'll try and throw his like weight of being popular at you. It's really gross.
And it's like it's fine to do jokes and politics, right? But if you're saying something that you intend for people to believe as true, and it turns out to be false, you don't get to fall back and like, "Oh, come on, man! I make jokes. Don't take anything I say seriously."
Didn't you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
Well, this is the embodiment of that obnoxious kid when you were younger, being like, I'm just playing, I'm just joking. But if he can get away with it, he will. So this is classic. I love you, Danny, but comedians sometimes do this where they like to pull up the ladder after them. I don't know if you've noticed this, but they used to make
that
worse.
explains
Yeah.
Danny perfectly.
No. No, but they do
I have
that.
noticed
Yeah,
that.
they
You
pull up
go-
the ladder after them, and I really feel like this is just like
Literally, so many of my favorite comedians.
All of them. It's
the
all
Like
of
worst
them.
David
ones.
Cross used to be literally my favorite comedian, and he did all this stuff where he's almost like he's now apologizing for everything he did, and he's like, everything I did that was so funny 8 years ago is all cancelable stuff.
Or like the guy that took all the psychedelics and he's like, "Hey, don't do psychedelics."
Yeah. I had a great time. Like the
Don't you
'90s
do
were a
it,
great
yeah.
decade, but you were just water for you.
I'm wondering though, like if this can last. So I pulled up Colbert's ratings. He had a total average viewer of 2.95 million, and this was reported as of June 9th of 2021. So last year, he was getting 2.95 million, and I'm like, that's the live plus 7 race. I don't know what that means. Is that key demo or something? Look at this.
Seems
Adults.
like a lot.
Here we go. Adults across 25 to 54. The Late Show wins with a 0.5 with 614,000 viewers against Jimmy Kimmel's Live with 489,000. And The Tonight Show's with 477,000. Okay, that makes sense. So Colbert beats Kimmel and Fallon with a 0.2 over their 0.1s. I don't know what that means, and they don't give me the full...
I think that's like the share. The decimal is like
Look at this. Look at this. Across total viewers, late night averaged 1 million viewers over the season. So is that Colbert? Is he late night?
No, that was Corden's that you just. I think you said late.
No,
night.
look, late.
Oh,
that's Myers' late night.
Myers'
Okay.
late night average.
And Corden's late show.
Right, there you
These
go.
so similar
It doesn't-
names. It's such
Yeah.
crap.
I know, it's so stupid. But it does look like in the key demo, it is only like 500,000 viewers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody who watches these shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
it's
crazy.
friends are
But those are
cool.
people our age.
Yeah,
that many.
I
of
mean,
them.
also you get as many watchers as these like super highly produced, insane budget shows.
Yeah,
like, it's
man.
just. I mean, it's
Our
amazing.
margins are incredible here. We're doing crazy stuff with it. I
Yeah.
can't say exactly what we're doing, but we're doing some infrastructure stuff right now.
Dancing
And-
syringes.
Yeah, that's right.
dude, that's
Come
such a
to-
good bit. Yeah, come on. You're not
Rooftop
gonna spoil it.
syringes.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
telling
put
you, hold on.
dancing
You went to
syringes
Colbert's
on a
yard
t-shirt
sale.
billboard.
I will hire 1,000 people to dress up like syringes and dance
Let's go.
in DC.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. No, dude,
You're onto something.
that's the thing. Like the late night show, every now and again, there's some late night stuff that at least was decent in the past. So I thought Conan was pretty funny, but like I wasn't tuning in every night. It's a weird format because like an incredibly good comedian can maybe churn out an hour a year. And you have these comedians you have to go on stage every night and do like 45 minutes of material. It's just, even if they're good and they're not ideologues, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, it's a good point. It used to be an interview show. We talked about this last week, and now the interview format is on YouTube. People make their own. They just if they like Johnny Depp doesn't need to wait to get invited on the Tonight Show to talk to the crowd. He can just make it a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're promoting stuff always, right? They're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm promoting my movie," and you're like, "Why am I watching you talk about your movie? I can just watch
like-
the."
It's
How
kind of like
about-
when
Yeah.
people would write reviews about video games. I mean, people still trying to do that. You just go to YouTube and watch the gameplay footage. If I want to see if the
Yeah.
movie's good, I just go to YouTube and watch the clips.
I just had a crazy idea. I think we should do it is to have bands.
Have bands?
Yeah. Like these shows will periodically be like, we have a musical guest play music or whatever. Friday nights maybe, like we used to do the Friday jams back in the day. We'll do a Friday night show and then we'll also have a musical guest to perform afterwards, play music, and we'll just start taking over this space, I guess.
It's got to be like not family friendly. That's a big problem with these shows is they can't say the wrong thing. You can't give the middle finger to the people during the show. Like,
Meanwhile, you don't do it and you don't say the
I know. You see, but if we're gonna do like hardcore rock scene, bring it back full on, getting people naked on stage.
He swore.
I get one a
Is there a
month.
jar?
Yeah, But just, I'm all about it. Let's bring the real back to reality.
Well, look, I can.
Studio audience, live
People-
studio audience.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, we could. We've
Chickens? Chickens as the
chickens
audience?
everywhere.
Yes.
You bring them out?
We've talked about doing Friday nights at a venue and doing it like a live thing. I'll explain this to people who don't know, because I know a lot of people probably do. The reason we try not to swear is not because we're worried about YouTube or anything. It's because there are people who listen to this on their way to work or picking up their kids. And we got people emailing being like, hey man, I love your show, but like when you guys say these things, I don't want my kids to hear that. And I'm like, that's a fair point. You know, if we don't have to swear, we
Explain
shouldn't
it.
swear.
Well, I
But
get
if we do, it's
about
whatever.
swearing and profanity. I find some things can be profane without the cuss words. Like
Yes.
if you can say things that are very graphic sexually that aren't cussing, but way worse for a kid to hear than
dude.
saying the F word or.
And like
Totally agreed.
And action movies with death and murder and stuff. You know?
I think with parents too, they don't even care so much about the word. It's the fact that now the kid just says it all the time and they don't really get it, and then it's just like inconvenience. You know, they hear it and they go, "Oh, I just say this all the time." You're like, you can't say this at the grocery store.
No, you can't.
Interesting. Yeah, the F word has a lot of different meanings depending on how you use it.
Very versatile word.
It's
Yeah.
one of the,
Yeah.
probably the most versatile.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it
Well, let's-
adjective? It's a verb.
But thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.